For years, engineering teams have treated AI coding assistants like an unlimited utility, but that dam just cracked. On June 1st, 2026, GitHub Copilot is officially ending its all-you-can-eat era. They are transitioning from a flat-rate subscription to a token-based billing model called AI credits. For enterprise budgets, a predictable $19 a month subscription is exploding into a volatile growth curve, with some users jumping to thousands of dollars a month. That spike happens because the new model tracks every single token developers consume: input, output, and context cached in memory. Flat-rate pricing shielded us from the real cost of our workflows, allowing developers to highlight entire repositories without a second thought. Now, the bill for that unrestricted compute has arrived. When GitHub introduced Copilot, it was mostly a background autocomplete tool. It suggested single lines of code as you typed. But the platform has evolved into an agentic system. Now, we have AI autonomously analyzing entire code bases, planning out architecture, and executing multi-file pull requests. Look at the cost disparity. A simple autocomplete prompt requires a tiny fraction of compute compared to a multi-hour agentic run. Microsoft absorbed that escalating difference to build their user base. That subsidy is over, and the true inference price is passed directly to you. This leaves engineering leaders with a difficult choice: lock down Copilot with strict budget caps and risk throttling your team's output, or migrate to new tools and potentially break the workflows your developers rely on. The first option is staying inside the GitHub ecosystem, but wrapping it in strict financial governance. That means setting up pooled credits and enforcing hard monthly spending caps by cost center. Token consumption rises through the month, hitting a hard ceiling before the red zone. Finance gets predictability. But the trade-off: if a developer runs out of credits mid-sprint, AI assistance abruptly stops. They experience an immediate degradation in workflow. To stretch those credits, teams have to implement strict prompt engineering protocols. You have to restrict developers from automatically indexing irrelevant open IDE tabs, which wastes tokens, to maximize your context cache hit rates. That is a sharp pivot from how most developers work today, where highlighting an entire repository and asking a vague question is standard practice. Staying with Copilot means you can no longer treat it as a background utility. Token burn is now a strictly managed cloud infrastructure cost, which alters the day-to-day developer experience. A second path involves migrating teams to AI-native IDEs like Cursor and Windsurf, or specialized tools like Amazon Kiro. These platforms typically offer flat-rate tiers in the $15 to $20 a month range. This restores billing predictability while adding technical advantages. Tools like Amazon Kiro provide multimodal support, letting front-end teams debug layouts using screenshots and diagrams. The catch is the migration friction. You should expect a 2 to 4 week dip in productivity as your team adapts. Plus, you'll likely run into compatibility issues with a few of your existing extensions. You also need to read the fine print. These alternative platforms still enforce hidden fast request quotas, so your heaviest users are still going to hit a performance wall eventually. Alternative IDEs offer temporary shelter from token anxiety, but switching your foundational environment is a high-friction bet that only delays the underlying compute cost problem. The third option is the bring-your-own-model approach. Instead of buying a package suite, you route your backend, platform, and ML code generation through an open weights model via API. Comparing inference costs, a towering pillar represents Claude Opus, next to a tiny sliver for DeepSeek V4 Pro, delivering frontier-level quality at 1/20th the price. That reduction comes from a 99% cache discount, making repeated repository analysis incredibly cheap. There is an operational trade-off. DeepSeek utilizes built-in reasoning steps before it generates code, making it roughly twice as slow to respond as Opus. You also have to clear the compliance hurdles. DeepSeek is headquartered in China, meaning your legal team must carefully evaluate what proprietary enterprise data or regulated code you are comfortable sending to their endpoints. But if your compliance team approves it, and your developers can adapt to multitasking while the model thinks, this API-first approach mathematically breaks the token cost crisis for heavy engineering. The data points to a new organizational reality. Buying one monolithic AI subscription for every developer in your company no longer makes economic sense. This hybrid stack matrix maps tools to roles based on token economics. For front-end teams, Amazon Curo Pro leverages multimodal screenshot debugging with gentle overages. Back-end and ML teams route through DeepSeek V4 Pro. Its 1 million token context and cache discounts make refactoring highly cost-effective. Back-end engineers must adjust workflows to absorb 2 times latency, parallelizing tasks while the model processes. Finally, staff engineers handling high-stakes architecture retain Claude or Copilot Premium. For live incident debugging, absolute speed easily justifies the high token cost. Intentionally matching the tool's billing architecture to the specific engineering task is the only viable way to maintain elite capability without abandoning your financial controls. This shift in Microsoft marks a permanent change in the economics of cloud compute. The days of infinite requests and sloppy prompting are over. We have to move from spray and pray habits to targeted, deliberate AI usage. Engineering organizations have to mature. You must start treating an AI prompt with the same strict governance and measurement that you apply to database queries or cloud hosting. Your tool stack will look different, fragmented across different vendors and models, but when orchestrated correctly, it functions as a precisely tuned operational machine. Succeeding in the post-subscription era requires an engineering leadership that can fragment its stack to match the underlying token economy.